Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today I'm here with a new video about Hermes. And this time we're going to work on a feature called Kanban. So that's actually a Japanese word that means visual board. A lot of people actually don't really know how it works. Actually, this system, and especially how we can use it because it's a very interesting system. It allows you to carry out tasks and, above all, to ask Hermes to execute tasks by priority. So I use this system a lot, and today I really wanted to make a video to show you exactly how to use it. First, we'll understand what this system is and whether it's really interesting or not. And we'll try to execute. I'll show you how I set up the 4 steps to take full advantage of Hermes's power. Because if you don't use Kanban, believe me, you're missing out on 50% of Hermes's power. Let's get started. The first thing to do is to install Hermes. So you should know that Hermes, as of today, has reached 193,000 stars on their official GitHub. That's huge. It's currently the most downloaded AI agent in the world. And honestly, it's an extremely powerful system that's really worth it to give it a try. So the advice I give is, don't install this version of the agent, use this one instead. This is an interface for Hermes called Hermes Web UI. That simply means it's the Hermes you'll find inside, but with Hermes you'll also get the graphical interface for Hermes. Here on my server I have 2. I have Hermes, the classic version, and Hermes with the interface. So as a result, this is the best version to use. Of course, there are quite a few people who install Hermes on their computer, so I don't recommend installing Hermes directly on your PC. That means you're giving control to Hermes, this agent who, and this is where it's dangerous, can also see your photos, your videos, your passwords. So I don't recommend it. You should always go for other solutions. Temporary VPS online. You test Hermes and you're completely safe. Today there are several providers who offer Hermes pre-installed. There's the one from Hostinger. Here on Hostinger you had to be on that page. I'll put it in the description. Hermes Web UI. This interface gives you exactly that system, which is the simplest Hermes system to manipulate, the easiest to follow. Here on this interface, it will offer you some packages. So quite simply, if you're a freelancer and you just want to test it out, just for testing, take this one. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to automate, to do production with Hermes, take this server that it offers you. 8 GB of RAM. So always, no matter which server you choose, you always have a 30-day satisfaction or money-back guarantee. Really, 30 days is more than enough to test the power and see if Hermes brings added value to your business or your daily life. If I click here, you'll see that on the official Hostinger blog, there's a coupon you can try here called Go Hermes. Go Hermes! If I apply it here, there you go, it gives me a 10% discount. So quite simply here, it had to be the first time you purchase a server on Hostinger. If it's not your first time and you want to use this coupon, just try logging into Hostinger with a different email address. That means after you log in here, you enter a new email address, not the old one that's already linked to a hosting account, so you can benefit from the 10% discount. Well, here's a little tip along the way. Otherwise, when you click here and place the order, you'll find yourself directly on this interface. It's a very easy to use interface that lets you manage the system with a very simple, user-friendly graphical interface. You have the chats here. And above all, today we're going to work together on Kanban. So, this is the installation part, clearly explained, quickly done in 2 minutes. That way you can really get started on Hermes with the right version. So, I like to explain what Kanban is. First of all, you should know that the word Kanban is actually a Japanese word, and it means visual board. So this is actually a method that Toyota created. In fact, they came up with this concept in the 1950s. And it's very simple. It represents the workflow on a board. So, as a result, it's simple. The work progresses from left to right. So you can see the tasks to do, the tasks in progress, and the tasks that are done. It's very easy to visualize and to see our workflow. Today on Hermes, it's not really the Kanban board as we know it, which allows you to see the progress of the work. Like you come in, you add the tasks, you write them down, and at a certain point as you make progress, you move them a bit to the right. No, on Hermes you create the tasks, and it's Hermes actually that takes care of executing those tasks until they're 100% complete. So if I look here on my Hermes interface, here I am on this section. Kanban, so it's this section here. When I click here, I enter this section and you'll see that I have a dashboard. Here, there's a stage. Which are the drawers? That means that I will simply create several tasks. They will first be here. And then there will be a to-do list, a list of tasks to be done that Hermes will execute. Here you'll find the ready section, which means it will arrange the tasks in order of execution. And you'll see that here it will process them, switching to execution mode, one by one, in a sequential manner, unless you are going to assign the task to other agents. Under Hermes, we will explain it, we will understand it later. So if sometimes it happens, sometimes it gets blocked, and then it needs authorization. Well, he can't complete the task, even though he's here several times, you'll find it here. And if the task has been executed, it will actually be displayed here like this, indicating that the task has been executed. If I take, for example, one of the tasks, I actually asked it to do a quick check on my server, VPS. If I click here, I can actually see the events that it performed. So when launching this task, it assigned it an ID. And the task was executed. And here I can see the log. The log meaning the result that was generated following the execution of this task. It sent me the reports, the metric information I requested regarding the processor and the RAM. So that's basically what I asked for in this task. So each of these tasks, if I come back here, will go through these steps, but it's Hermes that will make them run in this order. We're going to do a very, very simple test. I'm going to try to give it a few tasks. We'll set up 2 or 3 tasks. For example, here I'm going to ask it if you like to do something for me. Content creation, or for example, a LinkedIn post. So here I tell it, listen, I want you to create a post for me, a LinkedIn post about the topic. Hermes, for example. So now I come here and add this task. Look, I give it the title here, there you go, and I give it a description. There I give it exactly what I want in this task. So you'll see that here I actually have to give it a status. So that means here I'm telling it which stage it's in. Is it just in the to-do stage? That means from the list I'll simply put them there and then organize them afterwards. Or maybe it's good and I want this task to start. So I put it directly in ready mode. And here there's what we call priority. For example, for priority, I would set it to 3. Because if you leave priority at 0, that means it's a top priority. 1, 2, so the higher the number, the less of a priority it becomes. So here I would set it to 3. And that's important. I want to assign this task to which agent, and that's important. So look, if I don't assign a specific agent to handle the task, if I click on create, it's going to warn me. You've set this to ready mode, but you haven't specified which agent you want to handle the task. That's not allowed. Either you put it in draw mode or in to-do mode, that's possible. So I tell it, listen, okay, we're going to work with the main agent. Here, in this setup, I have only one main agent with several skills and competencies. So I want it to be handled by this agent. Let's take a look here. I can add here, it's like a tag. So this is just a tag. So that later I can group tasks by tag. I would put LinkedIn here. I click on create. You'll see that if I come back here a bit, it just put it here and you'll see little by little. It will execute it. It will actually move on to the next step. So at the same time, I'll try to add a few more tasks like this. We'll see the progress of the tasks. How is it going to work? So I add another task. I click here. I put, for example, the news, and here I ask it to send me the news every day. So, for example, it gives me summaries. I would put the description here, set it to ready, and the priority is 2. So this one is more of a priority, and it's simply a monitoring task. There you go. I click create. So here as well, it just processed it again. Here, look, priority 2, priority 3. And I would add, for example, here so that it reminds me again. I see here, for example, an installation guide, or it can generate a PDF for me. If I want, you see here. Already it has switched to running mode for both automatically. I'm not the one doing it. It's actually the system that switched it to running mode. So they're currently being executed. If I look here, I can see it's in running mode. So they're being executed at the same time as we're talking. Now I'm adding another task here. Let's give this one priority 1. And there you go. I leave everything else as default, just like that. I'll put redoc here so I remember. I'm starting the creation. And you'll see, so here, this is my global dashboard. So I think there's a task that has been completed. There it is, that's the one. Now let's scroll all the way down. No, not yet. So the ones that are being processed will be at the end here. So I'm looking at the very last task I requested is this one, which will prepare a daily summary every day at 8 a.m. So I go in here. I see, look here, that there's a skull icon. That means it's a reminder system. And that's very interesting. So I come here and check who created the skull. That's very interesting. And there you go, the skull has been set up. It provided some of the different details. So actually, this is very, very interesting. And this is what helps me today. In fact, to automate the system. And so here is the skull that was created, which will send me the news in 3 points. So as a result, it was programmed, as you can see here. It hasn't been executed yet, but it will be scheduled for tomorrow. And that's important. So I can actually see that the system is performing the tasks, and that's it. In fact, that's what this table is for. It's a very important table. Kanban, you have to be careful. It's not like the one we have in the company, where we put tasks in progress and execute them one by one, trying to move the board forward. With this one, it's the system that's in control. So here, there's a task that it's currently executing. By the way, if I click here, it's in progress, it's being executed. I can already see the details, the information inside. So here, it's still working with its agent, and once it's done, actually, it will automatically move itself to the done mode, so I can see that it's finished. If I go here, there you go. Here it is. These are actually the tasks that have been completed, and that's very interesting. So there was a task I recently added which I tested. It's really, really interesting, and I actually recommend you try it as well. By the way, as you can see, whenever it finds something to schedule, it adds it here automatically. It tells you that there is something to schedule every day. So here, there's actually a task that I invite you to try out. And ever since I tried it, honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with Hermes. It helps me so much that I use it every day, and it really assists me. So what's the idea? It's that I ask it for a morning routine. So I tell it every morning, actually, as soon as I log in. That's usually around 9 a.m. I ask it to ask me a question and to tell me what is your priority for the day. So I actually give it my priority, and based on my answer, it will suggest a list of concrete tasks that it can do with me, or that it can do itself to help me make progress on that priority. So as a result, not only is it a routine task, schedule, meaning it will be programmed, not only will it interact with me, it will ask me, and from there, when I tell it, listen, today I want to work on, for example, the latest cloud model called, or I tell it, well, I don't know, the name, for example. So at that moment, it will suggest tasks. Find the model, find the examples, prepare the scripts, it will ask me questions. It will do everything for me so that it's easy for me to work this task. And afterwards, and this is important, I ask it to update the memory, because I want it to learn very well how I think, what my routines are, and what I do every day. Because with that, it will understand me much better, and you'll see. And actually, even the way it will carry out tasks will be even more advanced. It's as if I had an assistant who's been working with me for 10, even 15 years. So it has to put in what I ask it to. For me, as a daily task, I also wanted to put that into memory as well. Look at what I put in the description. In the description, I put all of this for it. I tell it every morning at 9 a.m., I want you to start a routine. And then ask me what the priority of the day is. Based on my answer, suggest a list of concrete tasks that you can carry out yourself to help me move forward with that priority. Yourself to help me make progress on that priority. And I want it to actually update the memory. That's what's really important. So regarding me, depending on my answer, the priorities, preferences, and work context. So for example, I can set this one as a priority 5. There, I'm going to raise it to 5. I always set it to ready mode. And quite simply, as a tag, I call it routine. I launch it. And this is a really, really interesting task. From there, it will actually do the programming. And you'll see that it actually tries to follow me every day. And instead of giving it a task every time, sometimes I forget, sometimes I have tasks to do, I just give it a sub-task, or I ask Hermes to help me, just to actually develop an idea. But when I actually give it the day's objective, then it can create several tasks, even if sometimes I have multiple priorities during the day, and even if they're not of the same nature. But it will try to develop them and put them in place. So now we're just going to let it run quietly. Since we set the priority as not high, we simply assigned a priority. So it hasn't switched to running mode yet. And there you go. Now it has switched to running. So now it's executing. This is very, very interesting. So here I can see the dispatch. Of course, I can also add dashboards here. It's different because I can have tasks and separate them into several categories. But I don't recommend that. I always advise you to work on a single task. Look here, for example, it's stuck. Why? Because it has a question. It needs something in order to move forward. So when I come here and then I look, for example, he has indicated that he's waiting for me to give him the answer. It's as if he wants to execute it right now, immediately. So what I'm going to do, look here, down here, I'm going to tell it here, I want you to ask me for my priority. Every day at 9 a.m. So in this case, it's as if I'm telling it, I don't want it right away. Actually, you give me the answer, but I want you to schedule it. And so when I sent this response, it's actually waiting for my answer. So I gave it the answer. And now let's see. Look here. This is a little bit here. So my response actually, which was placed here. So if I go back to see where it is, in which mode, it's still in blocked mode. So we'll leave it for a moment to give it time to unblock itself. So we can see here that it has come back here with both responses. So let's see where it's going to go next. So here, still in running mode, we look here, still blocked. So I think it's insisting that I give it, look here, the routine, we're waiting for the response. Goodbye. It's waiting for the response. So we're going to give it the response. It has understood, in fact, that you have confirmed the principle of your routine. So it understood that. But I actually see that it needs a response to test how things go. So I'm simply going to tell it here, I want to create a blog post. It's about Hermes web UI, for example. I'm actually adding, so here's the comment. So as a result, it should switch to mode 3. So I think you've understood how to do it. So now we are waiting for it to actually switch the mode. So the block is in training mode. So I see that it's set to ready. So it should switch to execution mode. And there you go, it has switched to training mode. So we'll give it a moment to finish this execution. And we'll see where it positions itself now. And there you go, it went straight to dawn. So now let's try to take a look at the task we've set up. So it's this one. Now, if I go in here, this is very important. So this time it actually created it. No, not this one. Actually, this one is for creating the article. Let's go back here and look for the task. The one that's going to ask me, yes, this one. Actually, first here, it did the writing of the article. That's right, when we actually requested the creation of the article, and we'll go back to that task. Priority number 1 is the routine. So as a result, it's done. He just created it. So he actually did this creation. He actually scheduled it. And that's what's really interesting, because it means we have the ability to actually discuss how things are done. That is, here in the comment section, you can improve this task, ask it to redo it if you want. So you can always edit here and put it back into a certain mode. So set it to ready, so it can be reworked again and executed with the new commands you've put in place. By the way, here, when I click on the tasks, I can see that it just added a new task. Let's take a look. It's this one. There you go, prepare a recap. No, actually, it's this one. So here, the routine will actually retrieve the memory, write a message, greeting, reminder, context, mention that you're waiting for their response to suggest concrete tasks. That's actually what I want. So as a result, it created this prompt specifically so that it would actually be executed. So I think you've understood the importance of this space, which is a Kanban space and is highly developed. You've understood that you can put any tasks you want. It will execute them. You can also discuss certain tasks with it, so it can reactivate or better understand what you're asking for. And that's actually how the Hermes agent can execute tasks. So you don't just need to chat and interact with it, because you can also assign it tasks, that's for sure. But you can come in here and enter all the different tasks you need at once. And it will execute them. Don't worry, just make sure to put them in the order that matters to you. And also, the status is there, right? Hermes will do its best to really complete all the tasks you ask of it.